Yo, what's going on, y'all? Y'all know what it is. Talking shit live. If you're watching on Twitch and YouTube, it's talking shit live. We're gonna be starting in just a minute, and y'all know what it is, man. I hope everything's sounding good, man. I did some alterations to my sound. So I'm just gonna do a quick sound check, and then we gonna start. That's good. Good night. Close that. Hope everybody doing cool today. This Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, Wednesday night. So mic check 1 2 1 2. All right, cool. Like sound like we moving cool, moving cool. What is going on, y'all, man? Welcome to Talking Shit, episode 37. Um, I can't start it. I can't go no further without addressing, um, the tragedy we suffered. The hip hop community suffered over the last couple nights. Over the last night or a couple nights or night ago, Halloween night, man. I think all of us are kind of uh, shocked, surprised, taken off. The more I learn about this situation, the more I'm shocked, and I just like it's one of those things that's really like speechless. It leave you speechless, man. My boy Tony Spitz just put a post up not too long ago, which I think everybody need to. If y'all not, you know, affiliated with him on Facebook or whatever, man, I wish everybody in the country could have just seen the post, man. He said, "Teach your kids that murder is not normal because it's not. It's not. We have been desensitized, um, and just these past events, and I don't mean just." The event with my brother, with brother Takeoff, um, everything, a lot of events. And I also do believe that a lot of these things are, who you affiliate yourself with. Not even you don't even have to be a star. You don't even have to be somebody that's popular or famous or nothing like that. Just even in your life, who you affiliate yourself with and who you let around you and who you spend time around when you're not making money or when you're not trying to provide for your family or whatever you're doing, making providing for your damn self. Uh, whoever you whoever you are around will kind of control or maneuver your, you know, I don't want to say destiny and sound weak, like sound corny as fuck, but it maneuvers your atmosphere, it maneuvers your energy. That energies match, energies bounce. Like so, different things, man. Like you just this, and the more I find out about this, like this is one of these things that damn, like you can't control, but then in some aspects, like you can't control who you're around and what you do. You know what I'm saying, and things like that. So, I just want to say, man, rest in peace to brother Takeoff, man. Damn, that's crazy because he was he was my favorite Migo, man. I was on some real. I know everybody's saying that, but I mean, really. If people know me, they know I like some lyricism, and there was some things that he was saying that a lot of people I don't think they caught a lot of times when they was listening to him because they was too busy caught up on the cadence and not what he was saying. So um, I'm sure they're gonna be listening now though. Now that he's gone, which is some fucked up shit too. You get roses after you gone, man. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and this is the only thing. I'm production sent this. This is a clip. I don't know what it's about. I really don't. I hope it's not showing the actual thing because I don't want to get into that. I don't want to do that. I'm not that guy. Um, if y'all follow my channel, y'all already know how I get down. I'm watching it at the same time y'all watching it. So let's go.
Now at 9:41, we're learning more about what led up to the death of Migos rapper Takeoff.
We're also talking about Kanye West. Kanye haters are seeking their own billionaire status after a GoFundMe tried to raise money for the disgraced rapper.
And we know that Wisdom TMZ, they're over both of these stories, but your kids are fans of the Migos.
Yeah.
I have people in my family, and that news certainly hit hard yesterday.
Yeah, it was definitely a surprise when this happened.
Yeah.
But and also the whole thing with Kanye West and these people trying to raise money for Kanye West. That was a.
I'm trying to raise my own money.
That was a little bit interesting as well. So let's check in with Charles Ladaboutier from TMZ on the West Coast. And good morning to you, Charles. And let's jump right in. We want to talk about the star of one of the Migos first, and talk about that tragedy.
Yeah, a real tragedy. Wisdom, Marissa, good morning. But we have some more information now just about what happened in the moments before this shooting in Houston. And we knew that Takeoff and Quavo were there at this bowling alley. It was about 2:30 in the morning. They had been playing dice. And then there was an argument that broke out. Now, the way we heard this initially was that Takeoff got involved in this argument. We now have video that we posted on the site where you can see it's really Quavo who was having this heated discussion with these other guys. And we still don't know if it was directly about the dice game or something else, but they're having a discussion. Takeoff was standing a couple of feet behind Quavo. And at some point, Quavo just said, look, I'm done with this, and he starts to walk away. And as he's walking away is when someone took out a gun and started firing. It was one shot at first, and then everyone starts running. And then there were several more shots, a total of at least 10 shots that were fired. And we know, of course, that Takeoff was hit and was killed, was pronounced dead on the scene. There were two other people who were hit, a man and a woman. They are at a hospital getting treatment, non-life-threatening injuries. But so far, police do not have anyone in custody. They are investigating. We know that they have seen surveillance video and other videos from the scene, and they are trying to gather information and to find who's responsible for this. But so far, no one arrested.
And hopefully that information comes in. I read that some 40 people witnessed it happen. So people saw something,
I mean, that's the thing, Marissa. In every video that we have seen from the scene, there were a lot of people around. There was a party that was going on there that night. And so a lot of people, and it does seem to me that Quavo and Takeoff didn't necessarily know everybody who was there. There were a lot of it wasn't like this was a big celebrity event. There were a lot of people that were there. And clearly, even after the shooting, we still saw, a couple dozen people who were still around the scene. So there were a lot of witnesses, and hopefully police can get the information they need.
All right, Charles, let's switch gears and talk about Kanye West and all these people trying to help him regain his billionaire status. What's the story here?
Well, cut to the chase, which is that this is failing.
Yeah.
And it was a ridiculous thing that anybody ever started. But yes, there were GoFundMe pages that were started with the goal of making Kanye a billionaire again, because he needs our help. The man who's created all this stuff, he needs our help to be a billionaire. Anyway, they started these pages. They've been shut down. The reason they've been shut down is because Kanye was not an official beneficiary, and those are the rules for GoFundMe, that that the money, they have to make sure the money is going where you say it's going. So they shut down all these pages. None of them got above like $25, I think was the most any of them raised. Most were closer to like $5 or $6, because no one's going to give to this.
Yeah.
Here's the other part of the story that is just even more ridiculous. Kanye people who are the Kanye haters, who are standing against all the things he has said, they have started GoFundMe pages saying, well, he doesn't deserve to be a billionaire because he's anti-Semitic, he's bigoted, the White Lives Matter, whatever it is. They say he doesn't deserve to be a billionaire. I do.
Oh,
so
I was about to say, where does that money go? Wow.
Those have been shut down too.
Okay.
Although I guess if you just started one and say, I deserve to be a billionaire, it wouldn't get taken down, but who's really going to give you the money?
Okay.
I mean, maybe we should all try.
Well, Charles, you took the words right out of my mouth, so I'm going to go get on that right now.
I think all of
That nigga weak. Like I said, man, I kind of went into this. I kind of said what I wanted to say before. I don't know. Like I'm gonna just put this out there. I've been on this earth, a number of years, and just now people are saying, like, throughout these past years, couple years, oh, being a rapper is the most dangerous job. It's becoming a dangerous job. Well, I don't view it like that. I don't know how many other people can even understand or fathom where I could come from about this, but I don't view it like that. It ain't about being a rapper or nothing like that. What it's about mainly, to me, what I'm noticing is the choices that people are making. Once you become, once you get to that level where people are paying you and you have the money, and you have, a certain amount of status, and it ain't even just a certain amount of status, because you could be a regular local rapper. Like, you have to be cognizant of the people that you have around you and the choices that you make, the places that you go, the things that you do just because of that status. Because, and it ain't even about, we could take rap out the equation. Just as a person, just as somebody who, wants to be successful or wants to, have a level of success where they have, a certain level of comfort in their life. You have to be careful about who you let in your circle, you have to be careful about who you share your energy with. You have to be careful about so many things just to be safe in society, period. Okay? Now, when I say that, I mean that to say this. You don't, like, there's normal people, like, for the most part, a lot of these motherfuckers out here, and they act tough to prove a point. A lot of this stuff is pride, ego. When you hang around people that have nothing to lose, I mean, hey, that's just what happens. Shit, you'll lose everything too, and you'll have nothing to lose also, or you might lose your life. You know what I'm saying? Just different type of things, like, you know what I'm saying? Just people have different energies, man, and you have to watch that. You have to not go places where you know it's seedy or you know it's crazy. And I'm not saying nobody's saying live life scared or don't go out here and have fun. Like have fun, but be cognizant, man. If you know a certain shit going around in your town, like certain stuff going on, certain people funking, man, don't show up at certain events. Like you probably don't need to go there, cause it might not even be for you. You might end up being an innocent bystander or something like that. Man, the coin fall on both sides. You know what I'm saying? All the time. Like nobody knows. Just like this. The more we find out about this, it ain't about rap. This ain't about no rap. This ain't about how Nip was. It was easy to say that when it was about when you know the tragedy happened with Nip because that nigga wanted to get on. Like so, it was easy to just assimilate that. Like you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's easy for outsiders to assimilate that because they don't really know the life that he lived. They don't really know what if you're not really from LA and you don't know gang culture, you don't know gang culture. Like that's they everyday shit. If you really was a fan of Nip, he told you that shit in his music. He kept telling you that shit. He told you all the time, like, shit, I might not be here tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just what I signed up for. And he took that. Like, he listened to Nip carefully, man. He talks about that shit, bro. So it's just different instances. PNB Rock. We can go there if you want to. With PNB Rock, you got to know who you have with you. Not only that, you don't necessarily got to know everybody that somebody's associated with. But if it's something like that, like in a relationship or something like that, where you got people and like, you know what I'm saying, you got a girlfriend and she like to post all the damn time, like you gotta be cognizant of that. Like, yo, I got niggas out here I got niggas out here really want my head, like, cause of whatever beef that we got going on. Don't be posting shit when we here. Don't be putting locations up. Like, you gotta be cognizant of that shit. It's not about just being a rapper. It ain't about that. Brother Drib in the crib. What's cracking? What's good? What's good, cousin?
Chilling, chilling, chilling.
I already know. I'll
He
just give
was
it.
talking about the.
Uh,
Oh, you played this already?
yeah. I was talking about the Kanye. I mean, not Kanye. I was talking about the Quavo. I can run it back a little bit. I ain't gotta play all of it because it ain't all about just Quavo.
Yeah,
I
I
was
just.
just giving my little 2 cents on what had happened and the shit that's going on. Cause I'm getting kind of tired of motherfuckers saying being a rapper is the most dangerous job in the world, like and all that kind of stupid shit. It's not like it when it all boils down to it. When you being a real like let's just be honest and get the fuck out of this social media bullshit world. In the real world, it's about who you hang around and what situations that you put yourself in. Period.
Yeah, you gotta be on the watch out, even if you ain't no rapper.
Facts. That's what I just said.
You
You ain't
gotta,
never gotta be no rapper, man.
then too, you can't be talking all this gangster shit, and you ain't really like that. Like motherfuckers gonna try you too.
Right, cause they want to
There's
see.
wolves, there's wolves out here, and
Right.
they want to see if you a wolf too. You talking like you a wolf, they want to see.
Facts.
It's a dog eat dog world.
Hey, hey, you keep talking like them wolves. Hey, you keep playing like a wolf. Them wolves gonna want to play. Them
Mm-hmm.
real wolves gonna want to play.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
And you know what's crazy though? I don't know if you seen though, but I was kept saying I kept adding the fact that they ain't from Houston. They should have tapped in with Jay Prince. But
Okay.
shit, man, Jay Prince Jr. was already there. They showed him walking past as the dude was laying out the ground. And he walked right past like
Right.
we
I
got
want
to
I
in the
want to show
world.
you something. I want to show you something real
They
quick,
might
man.
have been, I didn't know into it with them niggas, man. I don't know who the fuck you think you is talking him crazy out there.
Right. Hold on though. I'm glad you brung that
You
up
better
because
talk him crazy in Atlanta.
I'm glad you brung that
But
up.
Atlanta, you being out there in Texas.
Where is this
And then
at?
they saying that, they saying that this was homie is one happy.
How
Like he's they not hitting back in the head from being on fire.
right.
You nigga shoot, you supposed to be no.
Man. I'm trying to find my homeboy had me listening to some shit earlier. Let's see here. Let's see. He had sent me something. He had made a post. Now I'm gonna put this up. I'm gonna play this because this here. Okay, cool. I got it pulled up.
My identity.
All right,
We
hold
were
on.
all there when
Okay.
all this happened. I just left.
I want you to hear this, Drip, and
Hey,
I'm glad you brung this shit up. All right, let's listen to this. Let me.
Storm. I just want to say something really quick, and I'm gonna
Yes.
try not to give out my identity. We were all there when
Okay.
all this happened. I just left from HPD. First of all, in order to be around Jazz Prince, you have to be searched. None of us had guns, but Jazz people had guns. Okay. All of this was over a dice game. This shit started in Fifth Ward around 9:30, 10 last night. So
Oh.
this had nothing to do with no damn dice game, with no money situation or anything like that. And the only reason why I'm not going to great details because I live in Houston and the Prince family know me. But all of this shit that they're saying about, oh, well, this was a sacrifice. No, this was a argument between two camps, and it wasn't even between two camps because Takeoff and Quavo was basically trying to be the mediator between the people who were arguing.
Oh shit.
And so everybody's saying, oh, well, this is Quavo fault. Quavo had nothing to do with the shit y'all talking about, bro. Y'all was not there when this happened. It had nothing to do with that. So all these 30 seconds videos that they're seeing, this and that, everybody's saying, well, he didn't act the way how he act whenever Takeoff got shot. Did they tell you he passed the fuck out? Did they tell you we had to help him to the fucking car? Did they tell you that? Like nobody is really talking about the real that's going on. But I'm gonna tell you this, and I'll leave it at that. The only people who had firearms that night was the camp who protect Jazz. That's all I'm gonna say.
Thank you, Ashley.
Did you hear that?
Mm.
Okay, so now with that being said, there's also oh shit, there was also another what's the name that I had seen. I'm not gonna find it. I'm not gonna search for it and all that shit now because um it'll take a while. There was another one that I had seen that they're saying the reason why the shooter or the person who is shot or whatever is not being released is because it's an off-duty police officer.
God cried.
That's you know security or whatever for Prince. Because you
Real,
heard what the girl just said.
real.
She just said the only people that had guns was the people there protecting Jay Prince. Jay Prince Jr. So what's that? That's his bodyguards. That's his
Mm-hmm.
security team. You see what I'm saying? And deeper to what we've been checking out, we've been finding out is that it was more on a accident type of shit.
Yeah.
It was a whole accident. So I don't know. We gonna keep on keeping tabs on that shit and see what's going on with that. But like I said, man, I know it's hard to talk about anything else but that job, but we gonna try to move on forward. We try not to spend too much time on that type of stuff. So let's check some other shit out, man. Rest in peace, Takeoff, man. Uh, Anything else you want to add, Drea, man? Especially to that, how you feel how do it make you feel when niggas try to say that that's the most dangerous job and all that kind of shit? Because I could think of jobs that's way more fucking dangerous than that.
I'm seeing being a black man in America, it really is dangerous.
Facts.
If you all the way funky, you know,
Keep it Frank and Beans with me, nigga. That's real.
yeah,
That's real.
right. But that's the most dangerous being in America, being something.
Or position, the
So
most
we want
dangerous
to talk about
position.
being, yeah, dangerous. Saying is that
Mm-hmm. You ain't
ain't
lying.
nothing more dangerous.
We gonna put that on some motherfucking shirts, nigga. Being black is the most dangerous thing in America.
All right,
The fuck? If you don't feel that, man, fuck out of here. And these people, I just want to add to that, man. Take this Black Lives Matter shit out y'all fucking yard, man. Have y'all not heard the news? Them niggas are scam artists, man.
yeah,
I'm, I'm,
that's why dude had that shirt on.
huh?
That's part of the reason why dude had that White Lives Matter shirt on.
I know, but they don't get it.
Yeah.
They don't get it, man. They don't get it. That's what they was talking about on the second part of the uh, the video. They was talking about people had started a thing for Kanye, a GoFundMe, um, talking about trying to get him back to be a billionaire, and then people started one that wasn't like regular people started one talking about, damn Kanye, I deserve to be a billionaire. Donate to me. They just shut all that shit down. Motherfuckers is dumb as hell, man. But let's check this shit out, man. I had to get your boy in here, Drip.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why I want to see every week.
You said
The
every
Racoma
week.
Luminaris
Yeah.
200 can
That's my favorite part of the show.
Rashad Richie.
That's my guy, man.
Man, he be on
Attorney
one,
is
don't he?
defending,
Let's check this shit out.
imagine an attorney is defending a gentleman's club, a strip club, defending a strip club because a patron died at the strip club. And while he's preparing for trial to defend the gentleman's club because a patron died, he dies at the same gentleman's club that he's going to trial to defend.
I cried.
Put up the picture. Wow. This happened in Glendale, Colorado. A lawyer defending a gentleman's club involved in the wrongful death of a customer died at the same place 1 month before trial started. His name is George Stephen Long, 70 years of age, was a seasoned attorney representing Shotgun Willie's, name of the strip club, in the wrongful death trial of patron Randall Wright. This happened back in May. Long arrived at the club around 8:30 p.m., drank and played cards with a female entertainer. A few hours later, she noticed he seemed intoxicated very quickly. According to the police, Attorney Long wanted to leave the club, and a manager, Matthew Donovan, told police a club employee had taken Long home. Donovan did not respond to a text message from CBS News Colorado, but the employee said Long was, and I quote, acting crazy and, quote, not making sense. So he returned to the club where George stayed in his car and was monitored every 5 to 10 minutes. All right. Here's a photo of Shotgun Willie's hospitality specialist, Mr. Donovan, who was checking on Attorney Long. Donovan told police that during one of the checks on Long, they noticed he was unconscious and not breathing and called 911 at approximately 11:34 p.m. An officer reported that when he arrived in the parking lot, Long was not breathing or moving. Police said they attempted CPR on the attorney. Paramedics transported Long to a hospital. He was pronounced dead half hour later. Here is some background on the wrongful death lawsuit that he was defending. Let's put it up. 48-year-old Randall Wright, married, father of two, visited Shotgun Willie's May 2nd with several friends when he got into an argument with another customer. Okay. Screenshot of the video camera shows Randall allegedly swinging the first punch before a bartender can be seen jumping on Wright and taking him down. The autopsy says Wright died of mechanical restraint asphyxia. History of possible restraint and possible chokehold. The coroner also noted Wright suffered 6 broken ribs and suffered from heart disease. All right. Let's put up Donald Sisson. All right. Attorney for the Wright family says the bartender stayed on top of Wright for at least a minute and a half and says broken ribs were caused by the employee being on top of Mr. Wright. Meanwhile, since Long's ironic death at the same club he was defending, it's unclear if Shotgun Willie's has retained new counsel for trial that is set for November. Long's close friend and law partner, Mark Luckhart, told CBS News Colorado it was very ironic that Long died after a night at the same club. According to the obituary, Steve's father, Colonel George Gilmore Long, passed away 2 days after his son. Steve was deeply loved, will be deeply missed, but never forgotten. This is such an ironic narrative, but all true. All right, David, thoughts here.
It's just weird. I mean, first of all, they're gonna have a hard time getting another lawyer to represent Shotgun Willie's. They're not gonna have any problem though keeping away the funeral directors, given the track record of this gentleman's club. And it's just sad. I mean, clearly maybe the attorney, maybe he died because of older age and something happened and the younger guy got into a fight. But the fact that people are dying in and around the premises is kind of spooky, and I don't think it's gonna help their business.
Yeah, we shall see. If they can retain counsel, the trial is still set for November.
Man, that's fucking
I don't belong.
Ew, that bitch teeth. Wow. Well, I don't know what to say about that. That's crazy. That's just ironic.
Yeah, they killed him.
That's ironic as hell.
They killed him.
Yeah, they had to slip something in this nigga. They gave him a straight Mickey Mouse.
And then why long he died from getting choked out and beat up.
Yeah, the first dude, yeah, he got his ass whooped in that club. Cracked ribs, 6 cracked ribs. And he died from asphyxia. Yeah, hell yeah. And he had a bad heart. Man, hell no.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no, man. But nah, man, let's move on to this main event shit. This shit funny as hell. I don't know if y'all heard about this.
The suspect has pleaded not guilty to attempted murder and several other charges in a California state court.
Okay, so I know they probably about to get a backstory, but backstory is this stupid motherfucker broke in Nancy Pelosi's house and was saying that he was getting ready to go there and break her fucking kneecaps so they can wheel her into the room, and so it could be like a warning or a show of like, hey, when you go against us and this QAnon and MAGA and all this what happened, this consequence. That's what he was doing. So, let's roll it.
Yeah, 42-year-old David DePape is being held without bond. According to court documents filed Tuesday, DePape told police officers at the scene that he was on a, quote, suicide mission and had additional targets. For more, we're joined by NBC News correspondent Aaron McLaughlin in San Francisco. Aaron, good morning. Thanks for being up early there for us. So what more?
Husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. The suspect has pleaded not guilty to attempted murder and several other charges in a California state court.
Yeah, 42-year-old David DePape is being held without bond. According to court documents filed Tuesday, DePape told police officers at the scene that he was on a, quote, suicide mission and had additional targets. For more, we're joined by NBC News correspondent Aaron McLaughlin in San Francisco. Aaron, good morning. Thanks for being up early there for us. So what more do we know about the suspect's so-called self-proclaimed mission, and what about those additional targets?
Hey, Savannah, that's right. As you mentioned, that court appearance yesterday was a short court appearance lasting less than 15 minutes. The suspect, 42-year-old David DePape, appearing in an orange jumpsuit, his arm in a sling, having been dislocated, according to his attorney, during the course of the arrest. Court filings showing more details in terms of DePape's intent when he entered the Pelosi home. He said that he was sick, he told police, of the lies coming from Washington, that he was there specifically for House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, but that he also listed a number of other potential targets, a number of other federal and local prominent officials, including a local professor, according to court documents, although those documents not naming the name specifically, but that's all part of the prosecution's case to deny him bail. That bail hearing is set for Friday later this week.
So, Aaron, San Francisco's district attorney said that based on statements and comments from DePape, the attack appears to be politically motivated. So what more are we learning about that? And what are DePape's lawyers saying about that?
Yeah, that's right. The San Francisco district attorney saying that she believes this is politically motivated, that, as I mentioned, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi was the intended target when he broke into the House behind me. His lawyer in a press conference yesterday saying that he's going to be exploring the possibility that his client was influenced online. Take a listen.
There's also been a lot of speculation regarding Mr. DePape's ability to misinformation, and that's certainly something that we're going to look into, that we're going to delve into. As his defense team. Are you saying he's a victim to the influences of social media? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's something we're going to delve into.
Two law enforcement officials telling NBC News that there is evidence online that DePape was sharing extremist views on a website. Joe.
Aaron, also the Washington Post is reporting that cameras actually caught the break-in at the Pelosi's San Francisco home, but that no one was watching them. Tell us more about that, and then also more broadly how Capitol Police are responding, what this means for their safety.
Yeah, there are big questions, Savannah, about the security arrangements at the Pelosi's residence at the time of the attack. We know that a private security officer was not there at the time of the attack. It's also unclear whether the house was even alarmed. Yesterday, Capitol Hill Police putting out a statement saying that they are going to be reviewing not only this case, but also more broadly whether or not they need to be increasing the number of security measures in light of the political climate. I have the statement from the Capitol Hill Police chief here. Let me read you part of what he has to say. He said, "We believe today's political climate calls for more resources to provide additional layers of physical security for members of Congress. This plan would include an emphasis on adding redundancies to the measures that are already in place for congressional leadership," declining to go into specifics on what those redundancies will be, given, again, the nature of this political climate. Back to you.
Oh, absolutely. All right, Aaron McLaughlin, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.
what in the world made you think? Well, hold on. Now we see that he said he thought it. He said it was a suicide mission. But I'm just thinking, like, man, what in the fuck made you think you was finna get away with that shit? Like, these niggas honestly think that they immune to some shit, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, they think that they got that shield on them. Like, you know what I mean?
They think that shit on the movie is real.
Right.
I don't think that shit to be in the movies be real. That'll be their whole problem.
Facts. Right, exactly. Desensitized. It started a long time ago, too. It started a long ass time ago, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all watched that shit, man, where that shit was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? On TV, murder, mystery is common. And then the shift started to change where everybody they started bringing out all this reality TV, reality this, reality that. Now everything now like the lines is all blurred where people think they watch reality TV and then they try to live that life. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that shit whack as hell. You know? That's where we get all this shit. Like, that's where this shit comes from. That shit crazy, man. Let's see what this nigga Muskie doing.
Why are you not investing in tax liens?
Is being slammed for reposting an article suggesting Nancy Pelosi's husband had some sort of relationship with the man accused of trying to kill him with a hammer. There is a tiny possibility there might be more to this story than meets the eye, tweeted the world's richest man who just bought Twitter. The article in a far-right online newspaper made the outlandish claim that the hammer-wielding madman was a male prostitute who Paul Pelosi allowed into his home. Musk later deleted the post. Photographers caught up with him at a Halloween party.
What do you come dressed as today?
You'll never guess.
Donald Trump Jr. is also coming under heat for making a joke out of the attack. Got my Paul Pelosi Halloween costume ready, he posted. It shows underwear and a hammer.
What we are seeing, sadly, is just the continued meanness in American politics, cold-blooded meanness.
Many Republicans are denouncing the attack.
What happened to Paul Pelosi is despicable. It's unacceptable.
But others are accused of stoking hate of Nancy Pelosi.
On your Twitter feed, you posted this video where you're firing a gun and it says, "Enjoyed exercising my Second Amendment rights. Hashtag fire Pelosi."
Exercising our Second Amendment rights, having
That's not
fun,
a debate about the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
That's not a debate about the Second Amendment.
Yes,
Hashtag
it is.
fire Pelosi.
Yes, it is.
We're also learning more about the suspect, 42-year-old David DePape. His former girlfriend is calling him a broken child in an adult body with serious mental problems. When he allegedly burst into the Pelosi home in San Francisco, he called out, "Where's Nancy?" an echo of the January 6th Capitol Hill riots.
Nancy! Where are you, Nancy?
He allegedly planned to hold Nancy Pelosi hostage and interrogate her.
If Nancy were to tell him the, quote, truth, he would let her go. If she lied, he was going to break her kneecaps.
Fucking cried. See what I'm saying, man? These motherfuckers think this shit is real, bro. Like, they could just... Like, they could just do whatever the fuck they want to. Pop up wherever they want. I'm doing this. Huh, cuz?
With no repercussions.
Yeah. And they get... And like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, you finna go down. Like, that shit is not fucking sane, bro. These mental illness is rampant right now, bro.
That's what they put in front.
Facts. Moving right
Videos there. This here's a warning, okay? No court date, no fine, nothing like that. You can throw this paper away when you get to the house. Ain't nothing to really worry about, all right? Videos there. This here's a warning, okay? No court date, no fine, nothing like that. You can throw this paper away when you get to the house. Ain't nothing to really worry about, all right?
Okay, what was the warning for?
All right. Have a good day, all right?
What was the warning for, sir? I'm trying to understand what the warning is for.
It's for traveling under the speed limit, okay?
Well, how
You were
fast
traveling. What you say is kind of suspicious to travel under the speed limit when the speed limit is 7.
Well, from my perspective,
Sir,
I was traveling at 68.
I'm not going to argue. I got stuff to do, okay?
Have
a good day.
I did too when you stopped me, so I'm trying to understand. I'm trying
have
to,
a good
so I don't
morning.
make the same infraction. I'm trying to understand it.
In this TikTok, a sheriff in Sampson County, North Carolina, pulls over a black man and gives him an official warning for driving 5 miles per hour under the speed limit.
All right, may I ask what the stop is for, sir?
I'll let you know as soon as you give me your ID. Who you work for there? Is it wrong to ask you questions about where you work?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what that has to do with the stop.
Okay. All right. Well, if you don't want, just casual conversation, that's fine.
Got
I got you stopped there. You're driving 65, and the speed limit 7. I'm just wondering what's wrong. I mean, are you okay?
Other than,
you okay? I mean, you ain't
traveling 5 miles below the speed limit is
Yes,
a
sir.
reason.
I'm just checking on you. That's all I'm doing. Okay.
So this is a truly dystopian scene where the sheriff is harassing a black man, attempting to find something, anything he can arrest him for. And when he can't, the sheriff gives him a warning for driving too safely. Look at how much of a coward this guy is. He can't even answer the driver's questions regarding how the driver should attempt not to make the same mistake again. There's so much to dissect in this video, but one thing is for certain. This North Carolina sheriff is a coward and a complete vigilante with no intention to fulfill his duty of protecting the streets. In the beginning, he asks the driver things like, I just want to know how you're doing. Is everything okay? And it's like, okay, let's say that this driver is having a problem or an emotional disturbance. Do you think this demeanor, this way of approaching someone who you have power over, is going to rectify that situation? A white-armed sheriff who's clearly out for blood? Not only is this a complete violation of the driver's civil rights, it's also a disgusting waste of time and taxpayer money. And if you can't tell, I'm just a little bit furious about it. As some commenters on Twitter posted, the only violation the driver is committing is driving while black. As we all know, traffic stops have been at the root of our nation's reckoning with race and police violence. They can and have been used by corrupt cops to pull over drivers of color, and the cops then escalate the situation, sometimes, as we know, leading to the death of the driver. As the sheriff is basically admitting, most people drive over the speed limit, so it usually gives cover for corrupt cops to pull over black drivers, specifically when oftentimes they aren't driving any less safely than the status quo. But this video is chilling. The sheriff admits and doubles down on his Orwellian claim that driving safely is suspicious. So truly, what is this man supposed to do? All I can say is the fact that he had his phone up and ready to record the interaction is crucial in this day and age. It's the only possible way towards any accountability for this sheriff and his department. Not that we are expecting any of that to happen, of course. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at Caro Johnson.
We all, like, that's some shit we all done been through, that kind of bullshit. That ain't nothing new. We've been getting pulled over for DWB forever. Since cars was invented, you motherfuckers.
Did you know that there's a simple combination of natural ingredients that will
And I voted for you, and you are friends with my family. Our town has never seen so much homophobic crap as we have since Miller came along. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. These people have been with us this entire time, and we have never had a problem with it. They have never done any of the vile and disgusting things that man and his weird cronies have leaked out of their mouth.
Period.
I've never been sexually assaulted at a drag show, but I have been in church twice.
Period.
And I'll tell you what, the minute that
Speak on it, Jesse. Jessie Graham, she's a Tennessee woman. She's talking at this local public library meeting after a few of her fellow constituents and also some of these folks on the board were complaining about a library, a display, a pride display that was happening in the city. So of course they want to come and attack, get violent, get very angry about the whole thing. But as you saw how she pointed out there, she's never been assaulted at a drag event, but she's definitely been assaulted at church twice. There's other folks that have many stories like it. But there was one specific board member that she hit on consistently through his rant. This rant was fantastic, by the way. We're going to get through much of it. But don't forget the name Aaron or Miller. Fully Aaron Miller. Get back at him, Jesse.
This whole scenario should have stopped at the United States of America where we have free speech, but it didn't. We're here. And it's so ironic that he also served in our military that guarantees us these freedoms, and he is here, moved from another place to come here and tell us that a community that we love, we are related to, we are friends with, they babysit our kids, we work with them, that they're dangerous. That's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't done anything to anyone. And I'm so sick of listening to this weird, fake, pious crap about Christianity being the reason behind we have to protect the kids. Jesus didn't go anywhere and condemn people. He did not ever walk into any place and spew hatred and lies and completely annihilate a group of human beings who just want to exist.
White people is really
that he that she was talking about, Aaron Miller, as I mentioned a second ago, is the one that she's targeting because he's very upfront about his anger, his homophobia. Here's a tweet from him. One of the perks of working the graveyard shift is that I have some extra time on my hands to catch up on the latest news and schoolwork. Last night, I watched Matt Walsh's new documentary, What is a Woman? People that support this cult-like ideology are abusers and groomers of children. They're monsters. Those that stand idly by and allow it to happen escape that label by the barest of margins. I'll say it again. We must remove this evil, these monsters from our communities. Nobody is coming to save us. We have to do it ourselves. This is a community leader, you guys, talking about folks that live in that community like that. Here's more because there was another comment from David Baker, who's a candidate for mayor. So let's just, they're sweeping up the whole leadership in this entire town. David Baker says, agreed. My wife and I watched it after church last night. If it was before church, would it not sink in? Just not sure why it has to be after church. Anyways, it was disgusting to see what people believe and what they're pushing. There was no logic or intellectual honesty, but they're using their belief to destroy the lives of young people who are confused. They must be stopped. Excellent documentary. So these are the folks that Jessie is pushing back on. Let's let her keep pushing back because I don't think I can say it better than what she's saying. Go.
Any of my 4 children that I also grew inside my womb, in case Pious Pippi's here, if any of them are part of this community, they will be lucky because there is not a whole lot of families that would love their child unconditionally and seek out knowledge for them to understand their minds and their bodies. And the fact that they want to take that away from children, that is disgusting. That is child abuse. It is child abuse. So why are we even here? Why are we even doing this? Why does hate even have a platform? I am so sick of these straight white Christian males who are already at the top of the food chain acting like somebody is out to get them. Mm-hmm. They just want to exist, Aaron.
Period.
Peacefully. Leave them alone.
Did you get that, Aaron? Man, I love this lady. Make it happen. Well, what's your thoughts here, Ray?
Yeah, I know, it's fantastic. That last, when she called him out by name at the end, there was some venom in that. She really went off on him. But, as someone who's part of the LGBTQ community, it is really important to see people who are not pushing back against the rampant homophobia, transphobia that we've been seeing arise in. Because, especially for younger queer people, seeing displays that represent them in a library or being able to access books that can, make them feel included, especially if you're living within a community that maybe there's not a lot of queer people, there's not a huge LGBTQ population, so that you have a connection to those things, so that you know that you can be yourself and that it's acceptable, and to see that the community also supports what you're doing. And she said at the end, if one of her kids was gay, she would love them unconditionally. And she said that it was in a longer clip, she talks specifically about conversion therapy, how that's child abuse. She mentions, how these people who are telling their kids that they're wrong, how that's child abuse. She's exactly right. They don't want people to love and support their children. They want more child abuse. These people who are rampantly homophobic. And so just hearing someone say that can mean a lot to, a gay child who maybe has not come out yet out of fear.
I mean, this is the thing. People have to detach from the fact that folks are humans in order to treat them this way, and then completely find themselves in a different position. Can't picture themselves in a position of a kid who doesn't know how to really be themselves. And then if there's an inkling, if there's a hint of it, then there's anger coming their way. Does it make you feel like you belong at all? If you can just imagine and put your brain in that position, maybe just think about it for a second, and you might get as mad as Jesse was.
That shit wild. So that's what I mean about these white people. I don't mean the waking up and how these motherfuckers be using that shit. Like I mean that shit as far as like these white people are actually listening to these other white people, and they seeing the kind of like agenda that they push. You know what I mean? And it's funny because who knows? Like she probably might have been, I don't know. Like, I ain't gonna say she was just a Trump supporter, but I'm just saying it's just funny to see white people going against white people, like other white people. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the ones, it's like a split. It's almost like a divide. It's a weirdness going on right now within themselves. You know what I mean? Like within their own community, let alone the shit we gotta face with them on us, you know what I'm saying? White versus black and all that bullshit. But within themselves, it's a lot of funny ass shit going on with them, man. Cause she really was calling that nigga out, man. Huh? What you say, cuz? Alright, we're gonna keep this motherfucker.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Ladies and gentlemen, answer me this question. Answer me this. When did, I'ma just say it, at what point did black parents get some sauce? Huh? I think it was in the early 2000s. I promise you it was. You know what I mean? It must have been early 2000s. Somebody, y'all started reading some books and listening to some of these talk shows and magazines. And boy, I'm trying to tell you, man, I miss old school parenting. This girl here talking about her son. First of all, you crying. You sitting up here, your son took $2,000 from your credit card to buy his girlfriend some Fashion Nova. Let me tell y'all something. I don't know this girl. I promise you, I don't know. And my heart go out to you, baby. I'm sorry that your child done something like this here. But let me tell y'all something. When I was 16 years old, ain't no way in the hell the thought ever crossed my mind to steal anything from my parents. Right. Talking about Frank and Thomas Williams? Hell no. I ain't stealing nothing.
I never even seen my mom's credit card.
You crazy as hell. You thinking the thought never crossed my, cause they had by the time I was 16, they had already established the fact. They had let me know that they were crazy. And they didn't take no mess. This y'all be running around here talking about y'all want to be friends with y'all kids. Y'all want to be cool with y'all kids. No, you got to establish authority. Why in the hell at 16 would he even think something like that even makes sense? I knew that if I took anything from my parents, that I knew that there would be no life after that. So if you feel like living, if you got anything, if anything inside you say, I want to be alive after tomorrow. Ain't no point in me stealing nothing from my parents because they are going to unalive me. That's how you got to say it on the internet. They're going to unalive you. Why in the hell are you sitting there crying? If I had, let's say hypothetically, if I only had a half a brain at 16 years old and thought that I could get away with stealing $2,000 from either one of my parents, they would not be crying at all. Hell no. It would be some crying, but it wouldn't be from them. You know who be crying? My brother and my sister. I'm not going to be crying. Do you understand? Do you understand why I wouldn't be crying?
I'll be unalive.
Because you got to be conscious in order to be crying. So I wouldn't be crying. They wouldn't be crying. My brother and sister would be crying. Because after they finish with me, then they going to turn around and give them the same thing. For not stopping me, not trying to talk me out of it. You understand why I'm saying? $2,000? $2,000? I'm an 80s baby. I'm sorry. I grew up in a different situation than y'all. Y'all soft. The fact that you on the internet crying.
Right.
About your son stealing. Look here. You, lady, y'all soft, man. I'm sorry. Y'all soft as hell. Y'all soft, man. Look, you know what kind of all you would. That's it. That's it. Sirens. Biggie say it's gonna be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing. That's the only thing would happen. Old school parents. Oh, come on, man. And you on the internet crying. Crying? Over a man, please. $2,000. And that's the rent? Boy, look here. Like, no Lord. No Lord. Let me tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you. Had it been me, if I had been that boy, my parents would not be on no internet crying. They would have got that money so fast out of me because they would have got more than $2,000 because they would have been selling my body parts. Dude, that's how they would have got their money back. Y'all soft. Y'all soft as hell. Y'all say both my parents morticians. They would have, Lord, no. And you crying. Man, get out my face. I'm done with y'all today.
Remember the story we broke right here in Indisputable, where a
That nigga funny.
Amelia Sykes backs Biden's tax hikes that are hurting Ohio. Sykes supported.
Oh, that nigga funny as hell. Oh boy. Here go your boy again, Drip.
In Louisiana. It shows them making racist comments and using the N-word. It's led to 2 arrests in Houma, Louisiana. This is hectic. A video on social media of high school students in Louisiana. It shows them making racist comments and using the N-word. It's led to 2 arrests in Houma, Louisiana.
Right there. Right there. There are everywhere.
Hey.
They ran out of chicken.
In the video, at least 2 Terrebonne high school students on and off camera are chanting and even singing the N-word many times. Next, the 2 white teens that were in the video, they were the voices on the video. They panned to 2 black students, calling them the slur. The 2 students were charged with hate crimes, inciting a riot, and cyberbullying on October 26th. The police went to the high school on Wednesday to arrest these teenagers. The Huma Police Department will not tolerate this type of behavior, and this incident is still under investigation. We would like to encourage parents to have a conversation with their children about what occurred today and find out if they were affected by it. We would also like to encourage everybody to be patient and allow the proper authorities to handle this situation as the investigation continues. So those police officers went to the school to arrest the children. Then they say, everybody be patient, let us investigate. Here's the thing, everybody has seen the video. We don't have to be patient and wait for an investigation because we can see what's happened. And it's really a shame that the police love to protect people who are doing terribly racist things in the community. This is Lieutenant Travis Thoroit who made that statement. Terrebonne Parish School Superintendent Bubba Orgeron released a statement as well. Terrebonne Parish School is aware of a student video with despicable language and thoughts. This type of behavior and disgusting display of content will never be tolerated by our school system and has been immediately addressed by the school district and proper authorities. So here is Bubba Orgeron. We have NAACP Terrebonne Parish Chapter President Jerome Boykin, who released a statement about this as well, who said, the most important thing, I think, it sends a message to the community from the school standpoint that it won't be tolerated, and from law enforcement that it won't be tolerated also. Yeah, I think that's really important because as we see kids who are teenagers, these are not adults yet. Clearly they've been taught these things in their homes, in the household. And we've got to make sure that we don't have kids harming other kids in the schools, which is supposed to be a place for learning, not a place where you're met with terribly racist rhetoric. The kids hopefully will be all right. We've seen in a lot of schools across the country, students organizing walkouts when they have school policies they don't like. But these kind of situations between, two students and a group of black students, these are not the type of things that get a lot of news coverage, but happen all too frequently in the United States, especially in the American South. Ravana, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, school should be a place where students feel safe and they can focus on learning and socializing. It should not be a place where they're being subject to racial abuse, discrimination, because when that happens in schools, the schools no longer, become a safe, comfortable place for those students, which impedes their ability to learn. I mean, if you're constantly looking over your shoulder, you're afraid that someone's going to come up and call you a slur, you're not going to be able to do well in your studies. You're not going to be able to focus. And now you're creating an environment that students don't even want to go to. So it's good that they did take action. I don't think that we should have to wait any longer. I mean, the video is extraordinarily clear. This was a racist abuse of these students, inciting an attack. Everyone who had heard it, everyone who's seen it, knows that. They should be more, forthright. If they have to do an investigation, they do. But I mean, it shouldn't take very long. I would like to see them, come forward in the next day or two, giving, more details to the public about what their next steps are going to be.
And we do have that video. I'm wondering, are we able to play this video? All right, we're gonna show you all this video. We did get it exclusively, but now we've seen it posted to social media. And the police said to withhold your judgments, but you be the judge. Let's watch.
Right there, right there. There are everywhere.
I hate you.
They ran out of chicken because.
Those are kids, man. It's clear as day what's going on in that video. All right, the truth is indisputable, and the truth is in that video.
Building your business online?
I couldn't have went to that high school. I'd have whooped them kids' ass. I'd have heard them motherfuckers saying that shit. I'd have been on their ass, boy. I'd have been on that ass.
Black film director Tabari Sturdivant says he was racially profiled at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, which has come under scrutiny recently. These two men, appearing to be plainclothes officers, demand he take out his belongings. This is a practice we have covered previously, most notably comedian Eric Andre.
I was the only person of color on the jet bridge. They singled me out. They asked me if I was selling drugs, transporting drugs, what kind of drugs I have on me. It was clearly racial profiling. The experience was humiliating and dehumanizing. It was degrading. I had all the other passengers squeezing by me on this claustrophobic jet bridge, gawking at me like I was a perpetrator.
And fellow comedian Clayton English. And yet, even as we are going over all of this, right? It is not just Eric Andre. It is not just Clayton English. It is not just Tabari Sturdivant. There is a fourth notable name. Take a look at this.
I'm a random search, guys. That's what he says. See those white folks? And I'm the random search. Appreciate it.
Gene Ellie, famed actor on Insecure, was racially profiled at, you guessed it, Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport.
No.
Were you here in Atlanta?
Yep.
How long were you here?
Doesn't matter. Why you asking me all these silly questions? Check my bag, do what you gotta do with him so I can get out of here, please. So I can hop on my flight.
How often you come to Atlanta?
Don't worry about it. Just hurry up and check my bags, please, and hurry so I can go back on my flight, please.
When did you purchase your ticket?
Don't worry about it, man. Just put the call, check my bag so I can get out of here, please.
All right, this bag's good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, I don't have a bag to check anymore, so...
I know. I'm waiting for your boy to finish just so I can go on my flight. We don't need to talk about it anymore.
We ain't going nowhere. What kind of work you do?
Don't worry about it, bro. It doesn't matter.
Well, we certainly appreciate your time.
Right. Awesome. Cool. Awesome.
Hope you have a great flight.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Atlanta's not that bad, man.
Cool. Russell, you're holding me up. I'm trying to take a seat.
Oh, you just... Why don't you put your camera that way?
When we covered the story previously, okay, we went over how this is a practice for an entire policing system to be set up to predominantly racially profile good citizens of this country. And it appears this has not stopped at all. It is continuing. But first, in Tabari's case, he said he was stopped by two agents from the DEA at his gate Friday morning. I was totally racially profiled, and you humiliated me in front of everybody on that plane, and I didn't have any drugs or contraband on me, Sturdivant told Atlanta News. The spokesperson would not explain why Tabari was chosen, what the agents were looking for, or if searches by DEA agents are common outside a boarding gate. I fly pretty often, and that was one of the most out-of-the-ordinary things I've ever seen, said Kevin Franks, who was a passenger on the same flight. Before he started going through my bags, he was like, do you have any drugs on you? Do you smoke? Do you have any money on you? And that was before I was like, what is this? Said Tabari. While the stated purpose is to fight drug trafficking, the lawsuit says drugs are rarely found. Criminal charges seldom result, and seized cash provides a financial windfall for the police department. The lawsuit filed by Andre and English allege the police searches, which the Clayton County Police describe as consensual, rely on coercion and are administered based on race. More than half, 56% of passengers searched were black and 68% were people of color, the lawsuit said. From August 30th, 2020 to April 30th, 2021, the Clayton County PD conducted 402 jet bridge stops per the suit, citing department records, of course. During that period, according to the suit, officers found fewer than 0.08 pounds of illegal drugs and 6 prescription pills, for which passengers did not have a prescription while the department pursued charges against just 2 passengers. So 402 stops, 2 passengers. Officers also seized more than $1 million in cash through asset forfeitures, which allows them to seize property they suspect might have been used in a crime. That is very broad. These seizures do not meaningfully combat drug trafficking, but they do provide a financial windfall for the department by taking advantage of the permissive civil standards for asset forfeitures and the reluctance of individuals, particularly individuals of color, to challenge seizures, the lawsuit states. So once again, what we have here is what appears to be a sham program set up by law enforcement to accost citizens, racially profile minorities, and then steal from them and make it hard for them to retrieve any of their funds. Reprimanding these officers, we have seen many times over within this legal system, very hard. We are calling for this program to be dismantled and shut down because clearly it is not worth our tax dollars.
No, that's bullshit.
I don't want to frighten you.
That's straight bullshit. They're taking and selling these people shit, bro. And I honestly think that shit been going on for a long ass time. Cause when I was in the military coming from Texas to here, I think I took a plane one time and I had fucking jewelry out of Rolex. I had fucking a Turkish link chain and shit, and I'll never forget I had just bought a Blueface rollie. No, it wasn't real, but it was a Blueface rollie. This was in fucking 98. No, 97. Yeah, I had just got a rollie and a link. My chain was real. My rollie was not real. But I had just got that shit, man. I was stunned. I went. I took a flight. I was coming back home. And my shit got stolen out the airport. So they've been doing that shit for years. So we got two more to do. But I'm gonna switch them up a little bit because I want the last one to be pretty cool, and I think it's, judging by the title, I think it's a pretty cool story. So let's hit this one right here.
I got the car.
This is a good one too. We ain't gonna lie.
Off the field marketing. Is that why you made the move to Donda Sports?
Please say let us out the car. Please say, please, can you let us out the car? I don't got nothing to do with this. Please say let us out the car. Please say, please, can you let us out the car? I don't got nothing to do with this. Please, can you just take the car and just let us go?
First at 5, this is what a hero looks like. A 9-year-old girl keeps her cool and gets herself and her baby brother to safety.
What happened to her next is a story you'll only hear right here on Fox 5. And that brave young girl's story is not only frightening for any parent, but her boldness and quick thinking is truly incredible.
Fox 5's Maddie White has been tracking this story for us. Maddie, you spoke to her mother yesterday. How are they doing after this? It's serious. It is a traumatic event for her.
Oh, it was horrible. Yeah, the mother was desperate, just awful yesterday. A little bit better today, but really meeting the children today was so eye-opening and just incredible to know how brave this little girl was. So, like I said last night, we heard from her mother as she tells me she ran after her car as it was being stolen with her children in it. And now we're hearing from the brave young girl herself. Her name is Nyla, and she did whatever it took to save herself and her baby brother, King.
I know where 7-Eleven at because that's the way we go to my granny's house.
This is Nyla Prentice. The 9-year-old and her baby brother were in the back seat of their mom's car Monday night when their mom ran into this 7-Eleven on Cheyenne and Decatur to use the ATM, and the unthinkable happened.
This boy was looking at her in a strange way, and then he ran outside, and he tried to open my mom's door, and then my mom came outside and she was like, "What are you doing next to my car?" And then when she come next to the car, it unlocks. So her car unlocked and then he got in the car and he zoomed. And I didn't want to put my hands on him because he was driving fast and I didn't want to die.
Nyla says she wasn't sure where he was driving, but says they were going fast.
So I just closed my eyes and I was thinking, I was like, what I'm going to say.
That's when she says she reached for the unlock button in the car.
I reached into unlock the door. He was like this. And I was like, please, sir, let us out the car. Please, sir, please, can you let us out the car? I don't got nothing to do with this, please.
She says the only thing the kidnapper said to her was, get out. He pulled over.
The only thing I was worried about was my little brother. And so I tried to grab my shoes, and he didn't let me. He was like, hurry up, get out. So I grabbed his binky, and then me and him ran.
Once on the sidewalk, she started running.
I didn't know where I was at. Just started running with him. Because I'm not going to leave him in the car. Because I always watch him every day. And
Nyla and King managed to get back to 7-Eleven. She ran barefoot through the dark streets with her baby brother in her arms.
I was looking for some lights, and then I saw the 7-Eleven that he was at, and then I went in there and I was shaking and crying.
The staff at 7-Eleven gave her a chair and something to drink. Then the officers came in.
I heard they say they had my mom. I started crying.
Her mom says she fell to the floor, thanking God her children were safe. Still unclear what this person's motive was.
Did he know you were there?
Yes. He looked back at me. He should have been minding his own business.
He sure should have. And that man accused in the kidnapping is behind bars facing numerous charges. Now, the mother learned today that her car was totaled by the kidnapper. So if you'd like to help with those expenses, a link to a GoFundMe is on our website, fox5vegas.com. Reporting live, I'm Maddie White, Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
Police fucked that shit up. When they caught they caught his ass, they smacked that bitch up. You know it, and they gonna blame it on him. And make his ass pay for it too. That's crazy. She said they should have been minding their business. He said they should have been minding their business. All right, home girl, I see you. See you on what? I like that, man. I'm glad they didn't get hurt or nothing, man. That's crazy shit. But look, this the second story we done. I think you was gone, but this is the second story like this that we done covered in the last month. Y'all stop leaving y'all kids in the cars. Look, I know I'm guilty of that shit too. From now on, and even since the last one, I've been bringing my boys in the store with me all the time. I don't even care, like, you know what I'm saying? Locking my shit up, taking my kids in the store. I don't give a damn if I'm just popping in or popping out, because one thing for sure, two things for sure, you don't never know how long the line gonna be. It only take 2 seconds for a motherfucker to jump in your shit and dip out. And this about to be cold too. People about to be trying to leave that shit, leave their cars on and stuff. Man, y'all gotta be careful with that, man. Don't stop leaving your cars on, even if ain't no kids in it, man. Stop leaving that shit on. Go on, that shit ain't gonna cool off that quick. Go on, take your ass in the store and get your ass back up out of there. Unless you want your shit cool, I mean, cause hey, it's spots where they doing that shit. And we in one of them.
Hey, stop using these for ear cleaning. They're even...
We're going to do this last one. I think this is a cool one, man.
And hopefully has a best friend. Well, everyone hopefully has a best friend. Someone that you can rely on when the chips are down.
Well, tonight, 2 on Your Side's Dave McKinley tells us about a young teenager who saw a friend in need and took it upon himself to be a friend indeed.
In the heart of the Old First Ward stands Buffalo Creek Academy Charter School, where inside, Bryant Brown Jr. is the Dean of Culture.
Oh, we teach them life values, leadership, integrity, focus, excellence.
Below these signs, which students pass daily, 2 of them often seen together are best friends were Mello Early and Melvin Anderson, the latter of whom had been wearing shoes to school which were showing their age and which other kids noticed and said things about.
But when it got dirty, Oh wow, your shoes are so dirty.
It just put a real bad ache in my stomach to see somebody like have to go through that.
As close as they are, they're a somewhat unlikely pair. Mello is gregarious and outgoing, Melvin more shy and introverted. And you may have noticed Melvin's about a foot taller.
At my old school, like all throughout all the grades I went through, I was picked on because of my height and the way it made me feel. I just like thought about like nobody else should have to go through how that feel.
Mello hatched a plan.
So asked I saved up my allowance. I asked my mom could she take me to the shoe store to get Melvin some shoes. And I got Melvin some shoes, and the next day I came there and I gave it to him.
These ones, which Melvin was sporting today, which have gotten him to hatching a plan of his own.
I'm doing chores at home, trying to get his money back so I can pay him back for what he did.
You don't have to pay me back. It's just like, that's just, it's just a gift from me to you.
He's my man. My man right here.
This whole thing only came to Mr. Brown's attention when Melvin was in his office that day and placed a box on his desk.
And I asked Melvin, what is this box doing on my desk? Could you, get the box off my desk? And he said, Mello bought me some sneakers. And I'm like, Mello bought you some sneakers? So I decided just to take a picture and share it with the world.
A picture that may go viral, but what they really hope will catch on is the story behind it and a lesson for all of us, courtesy to students in the 7th grade. Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.
Imagine an attorney is
a lot of, if they real deals, Holyfield, nigga, he saved up a lot of allowance to get my dog them. That's what's up though, man. We like to end that shit off on some good shit, man. I've been trying to do that shit lately, man, because so much crazy shit been going on in the world. But we like to try to end off on a good note, man, and I think that's pretty cool. I think that was cool. We all need somebody that's going to look out. Like I said, that nigga gonna be in the league one day, boy. Lil Mello gonna be right there, ain't he?
Hey, right.
This my dog right here. He don't go nowhere without me. This my ace, dog. He the reason I'm balling right now, nigga. Got me them one.
Right.
I was shaking him on the. I was shaking him on the court, nigga. Thanks to my dog Mello, nigga. That's what's up, though, man. See, that little dude right there, I could say is brought up good, and he being shown the value. You know what I'm saying, of what you call that, not necessarily compassion, but the value like a life, like in life, you know what I'm saying, partnerships and friendships and just being a real motherfucker and just doing shit on the strength or just doing shit because, you believe in somebody or whatever, or just doing shit because you believe and you don't want them to be in no fucked up situation, just like you don't want to be in no fucked up situation. And a lot of people, they block their blessings, you know what I'm saying, by being so selfish and not blessing others.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not blessing others and being like, I can hook this up for you. I can, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I'm a receiver of that. You know what I'm saying? Even just recently, man, my dog, man, you know what I'm saying? He really looked out for me. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. You already know. You already know who you are, man, and I appreciate that, my brother. And we gonna get you. I'm gonna get you on the show. Man. And it's gonna be a surprise. I'm gonna get you in here, man. He already a part of the Discord, so it ain't gonna be nothing for him to come in. I'm gonna just get him in one day, man. And another one of my fellow business partners, man, who we done a lot of business together, and we steady doing business. It's a good lifelong business partner, man, and a good person to have. So, like good people to have in your corner, man. When you find somebody good, man. Somebody that's cool and somebody that does look out, don't fuck them over, man. Like, don't do that shit. Like, that's just some of the worst shit you can do, man. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, being that kind of good person, like I done been nice to people and looked out for motherfuckers and got fucked over, and you know what I'm saying. It don't stop me. You would think, I use a lot of discretion, but it don't stop me from still having that mentality to where I'm gonna look out regardless. If I fuck with you, you my peoples. I'm gonna look out regardless. A lot of shit ain't nothing like money to me ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy to say, of course, when you don't have none. You know what I mean? But even when you got it, bro, money ain't shit because the real things that matter ain't got shit to do with money. You know what I'm saying? And that's some real shit. Like, and I mean on a real basis, like the love of, you know what I'm saying, family members, you know what I'm saying, the love of like unconditional love, like man, that shit ain't got shit to do with money. And everybody need that. Everybody need, you know what I'm saying? So you got it. You should. Yeah, everybody got a mother, you know what I'm saying? But everybody's situation ain't the same. You know what I mean? And so a lot of motherfuckers, they don't know what that shit be like. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of times, like you could tell this young man in this story, in this little story right here, he knows what that shit is like. And it's not, and it goes further than just, what I know. I make a joke, you know what I'm saying he's gonna be in the league, gonna be right there now. Yeah, but I'm just joking about that. Really, and really, what it go to is the core of it, man. Is the actual spirit of this young man to say, hey, I don't want my homeboy to be getting talked about. I know he going through some shit. I'm not gonna say shit about it. I'm just gonna help and change the situation. Cause if he hanging with me,
Right.
I don't want him to be talked about because I know what that feel like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the core of it. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
y'all motherfuckers, man, be cool. Look out for one another, man. Be cool. Be kind. Don't forget to fucking vote. We got a lot of shit going on, man. Um, Shit, of course, you already know, man. Contra out, man. That's just a little something light, little something light. We're gonna hit you all with something heavy in a minute. But we are changing up some situations. Some things got to be made. We got to move how we got to move, just on the strength of we know what we need as a unit. You know what I'm saying? As far as the people that we got in our circle and that in this movement that we trying to make, that we trying to put down in the, I ain't gonna say like the city, but just period in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? This music, this stamp we all trying to leave. You know what I mean? So man, y'all really need to come out to Annabelle's. If y'all in the earshot of my voice, man, y'all, my hometown peoples, check me out. Shit, my Detroit peoples, if y'all can slide through, slide down, man. Come kick it with the boy, man. We got a show, Annabelle's, on the 26th of November. What time, Drip? 7? What time to start? 7:30. You know what I'm saying? Annabelle's, come there with your motherfucking head on straight. You know what I'm saying? Cool. It's the Gallimaufry listening party and live show. You know what I'm saying? Well, live listening party. Let's smooth that up. Gallimaufry live listening party. We gonna be performing. Shit. Is it gonna be some food there? I seen we got a sponsor. We got the Credit Pizza Spot. They bringing food.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go couple slices.
Slices there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do y'all little soft pregame and don't come fucked up. I'm coming fucked up. Not fucked up, not too fucked up to where I can't perform though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm coming a little sauced, you know what I'm saying? A little sauced.
Yeah, that's gonna be like do it fluid.
You feel me? I need my little fluid. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be on some of that sticky. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna get it, man. We gonna perform. We gonna kick it, man. We gonna fight through the adversity that we've been faced, man. And we gonna, I swear, I promise y'all. Look, me and Drib, right here, we promise y'all that we are going to fuck y'all up, dog. Like this shit we got going on, the shit we trying to do, We ain't even really been saying shit about nothing, and we gonna keep it that way. But
Right.
we really gon' y'all gonna be like, damn, okay, I see. Okay, y'all moving. So just stay tuned. I really want y'all to take a look. Stay tapped in. Ralphie Drib on all platforms. Just type that shit in and you can find it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gallimaufry. It's on, you know what I'm saying? It's coming out soon. The listening party on the 26th. I guarantee we gonna get y'all some quality, like some quality shit. I guarantee it, and that's all I'm gonna. That's how I'm gonna put it. Like I'm gonna just keep it at that. You know what I'm saying? Everything gonna be quality from here on out. You know what I'm saying? From now on in, from here on out. Shit. we not fucking with y'all. If we gotta do everything ourselves, we got the same kind of vision. So if we gotta do everything ourselves, that's what we gonna do. You know what I'm
That's what
saying?
we gonna do.
And that's it right there. So and we do got motherfuckers on our side, on our team, man, just to keep it like that. But we just gonna keep it all under wraps because the people know who we are, know who they are, and we like I just got finished talking about. We don't do this for we don't do this for the look, or we don't do this to try to you know we don't do this shit to try to block shit, to block nobody, man. We don't give a hey man, do you, we gonna do us, man. You know what I'm saying, on some real shit. We pushing this. We ain't no competition, man. I feel like that. I know cousin them say it's competition, but I don't even look at it like that. It ain't no competition because we one of a kind. You can't compete against something you can't be like. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Everything different. Like you can't do that. You can only imitate. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that's a big reason why all this shit go together, man. That his shit Gallimaufry and mine. I'm gonna leak the title now, man. My whole title in my own lane is coming, man. December, this Christmas time. Fa la 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 fucking fa. Fa la 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 la. However you say that bullshit. It's coming, man. And so that's what it is. That's what it was. That's what it's gonna be, man. Black Money Media, Gallimaufry, Annabelle's, the 26th. Get your punk ass there. You know what I'm saying? And leave your attitude at the crib. Come out and support. Hey. And don't worry about getting no shine and getting recognized. If you there, you gonna be seen.
That's it.
Everybody welcome. And it's gonna stay like that, y'all. So look, with that being said, we out. Drip, you wanna drop something else on them, man? You know what I'm saying? You wanna drop anything else on them tonight, or they just gonna wait?
No, no, just Black Money Media version acquisitions coming,
Done deal.
coming.
Mergers and acquisitions.
We coming.
Over with. All right, y'all. Peace, man. Look, love each other. Be cool, man. We out.
Yep.